All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, fellow Pandemonium travelers, this is Seattle Pandemonium Shutdown Day 126 by my count. I guess the theme for this week is cancel culture. I don't know, I didn't mean for it to be the theme of the week, but it's apparently the theme of the week. So this is a weird phenomena, and I put out a tweet yesterday. Got no traction, even though it's 100% correct. Almost no traction. Tucker Carlson went off on a rant about cancel culture and how we need to stand up to the mob, the angry, howling, shrieking, unwashed masses that come for us and get us canceled from our jobs and things. I don't even know what this really is, okay? This is why there are people who are confused as to what cancel culture is, and they obfuscate what cancel culture is and ignore the consequences of having random people have their lives ruined by a mob that doesn't really care that much about what they are griping about, okay? A tweet with some kind of mean thing in it, or a racially insensitive thing, or whatever it is, isn't really what they're mad about. What they want, they're not even mad in a lot of cases. This is my theory, is maybe I'm just stepping on like Joe Rogan material at this point, but it's like they're not really mad. What they want is the sense of power and control, right? What you have is a bunch of people who are, I'm not going to say losers. They might be winners in various aspects of their lives, but they also get to be righteous and join moral crusades to cancel things. So the example from literally yesterday, apparently, is Goya Foods. So Goya Foods is I'm not actually certain. I think that it is like the Hispanic Trader Joe's, if that makes sense. It's like they sell Hispanic foods, and from the pictures I've seen, the labels seem to all be in Spanish. Well, English and Spanish. So their demo is Hispanic people and Hispanic cuisine. Okay, fine. The owner praised Donald Trump, or said he did a good job with, I don't know, the pandemic or the economy or whatever. And now these people, like I was talking about, these powerless people who want to feel like they have a sense of power and control, are filming themselves on TikTok and whatever, taking the Goya Foods and throwing it in the garbage. Now, I'm going to say this. These people probably aren't really throwing this food away. By the way, Goya Foods, don't take any guff from these swine, okay? They are throwing the food in the garbage on video and then pulling it out and cooking the food that they like, which is why they bought your product in the first place. And next week, when they can't get that salsa that you guys sell, the whatever it is that they like, they're gonna go back to your store and they're gonna buy it. Okay, let's not kid around here. That is what's going to happen, because that's the product you supply that they want. The politics is all a bunch of garbage. Okay, so again, don't take any guff from these swine. Don't apologize. If you like Donald Trump and you think he did a good job, you're the business person. You're the person with all the employees. You're the company that feeds all these people, right? You provide quality food that people want to buy. Ignore everything else. Just keep doing what you're doing, and the mob will find something else to do when you don't back down. Okay? So again, this cancel culture nonsense, oh, we're gonna not ever shop with you ever again. These people have the memory of a goldfish, okay? Like again, next week they'll be like, oh, well, I'm gonna duck in there, and I don't know if you guys stock High Chew. If you stock High Chew, it's right there by the register usually, in most places. Maybe you have that glass bottle Coke. I don't know. They'll duck in and go, oh, I'm gonna go get a Coke, and then they'll be halfway through their Coke before realizing they were supposed to boycott you. Okay? That's what's gonna happen. You're not gonna see a significant drop-off in business because some people put out some tweets of them throwing stuff in the garbage. And by the way, it's been said 100 times or 1,000 times already. Don't throw the food away, you freaking morons. Give it to a food bank. There's a whole bunch of people unemployed, and they're going to be real hungry in the next, well, I don't know, month, I guess. when all the money is gone. Okay, give it to the food bank, morons. Seriously, like it's like these are not serious people deserving of serious consideration. It's a handful of people with a couple, maybe a few thousand followers posting videos, and then maybe gets boosted a little bit by a few popular accounts, like on Twitter and Facebook and stuff. This is not this isn't the Montgomery bus boycott, okay? You're gonna be fine. They're morons, and is Donald Trump doing a fine job? That's the question. That's up to you to assess that and have your own opinion. Goya Foods. Again, I'm talking to Goya Foods, and I'm sure they'll listen. It's up to you to decide if you believe that Donald Trump is doing a good job or not. And again, you're the one with the bird's eye view of your operation and how things are going compared to before Trump was president. Did Trump have even have an impact on business, right? You could say that he didn't have any impact whatsoever. Maybe it was positive, maybe it was negative. You're the ones that know. You're the ones looking at the books. You're the ones who know what your profits are this year over last year, and again, taking into account the pandemic and the pandemonium. I hope none of your stores were looted and none of your employees were hurt. I hope that you're keeping all your staff employed as well as you can. It is the state of the moment that a business owner can't say, I think Trump's doing a fine job, and have people take that as information. Oh, this guy who runs this chain of stores with all these products, various products and everything, employs all these people. He thinks that Trump's doing a good job. Instead of taking that as information you should be aware of, they take it as a moral crusade, another hill to die on, as if we haven't had enough outrage all over the fucking country for literally half a decade now. If not longer. Just perpetual outrage about every minute thing. A business owner saying, I think the president did a fine job. I'm throwing food in the garbage, and we need to cancel this company, and I'm never going to shop with you ever again. Shut up. Seriously. Everybody needs to get a grip. Like, there are priorities, like what we actually are facing, and then there's you being mad about stuff. And you being mad about stuff is, once again, kind of a you problem, not a me problem. If you can point out the actual danger, okay, of a business owner saying, I think the president's doing a fine job, that is harming who exactly? See, this is, again, going back to the same thing I hit on this during the Chop Chaz debacle. How is the Chop relevant to Black lives and Black Lives Mattering? Okay? What is the connection between those things? Like, if I go to the Chop, that means I care about Black lives, but if I don't go to the Chop, that means I don't care about Black lives? But then Black people died there. Black children died there. So if I were to have gone there, does that mean I endorsed the killing of Black children? Like, there's no correlation with these things. So you cancel the Goya Foods chain, and they go out of business. So all these people lose their jobs. Well done, everybody. You really stuck it to Trump by getting a bunch of people fired from their jobs. Like, what is the actual net benefit of all of this cancel culture nonsense and these people being allegedly, and I'm going to say it again, allegedly being upset? I don't know if they really are upset or not. All I know is they demand things. They might be actually upset, and they might even have some kind of a point. Oh, we can't endorse Trump because all these negative things. Okay, well, if you want to come up with a list of negatives about Trump and his administration and terrible things they've done, you can compare the list to every president before him and see what comes up. Okay? My somewhat glib joke is that a CNN anchor the other day put out a tweet about all the stuff Trump has attempted to cancel, like Trump attempted to cancel, Colin Kaepernick and kneeling. He tried to cancel Mexico. Like, No. He tried to cancel illegal immigration from Mexico. But if you want to play that game, Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton literally canceled Libya, okay? Libya is now essentially a failed state with open slave markets, okay? They canceled Syria. Syria is a rubble pile with hundreds of thousands of dead people. Okay, so again, we talk about canceling stuff and how terrible Trump is. At least he hasn't started any new wars, okay? So let's have a little bit of perspective here. So again, wrap this all up, because you know my drive to work video is about 14 minutes these days. Average, let's say. Goya Foods is like other brands, okay? All these other brands are pretending to be woke with this corporate nonsense, okay? We Nike, we stand with Black Lives Matter. Yeah, well, they looted the shit out of Nike Town in Manhattan just like every other store. So you're not appeasing the mob. They don't care. You're just putting out a bunch of BS corporate propaganda that is blatantly, obviously corporate propaganda and pandering. It's actually kind of weird and gross, because I know you don't really care. You care about your profits, and you have children, at least you used to have children sewing your clothes and stuff in Southeast Asia and then profiting off of it, okay? So Nike, all the rest of you guys can just, you know, jog on, right? So Goya Foods, all these other brands need to somehow, and I'm doing this right now, I'm doing some of the legwork for you, just telling the mob to F off, is you gotta get some backbone and you gotta represent yourselves. You can't just let anger, hate mobs kick you around for whatever random reason that, you know, they decided. And Papa John was one of the first casualties in this latest round of outrage, because he said something on a phone call about not using racial slurs, if I'm remembering correctly. Like, in a call, he was recorded telling people to not use racial slurs like XYZ. I may be mixing that up with another story about maybe the Netflix guy. But you gotta just say, no, I am not resigning. No, I'm not quitting. No, you don't have a point. No, I don't need to listen to you people. I'm going to continue doing, and this is kind of a Kurt Schlichter thing, I am going to tell you to F off, and then I am going to go do whatever it is that I wanted to do in the first place. Like, that's what you need to do. You can't bow, you can't apologize, you tell them to F off, and you're not gonna listen to them anymore. And then you might take a hit, maybe, for your business. But at the same time, if you stand up for yourself, especially in the current climate, other people, I didn't know Goya Foods existed. Now I might just go buy food from them because they stood up for themselves, and I will help you in this current environment. I don't know. I'll go check it out. Maybe I can order some for their website. Maybe you should too. You gotta help the people who are in these situations. Help out the people who are being attacked by the mob, even if you disagree with them. That's enough from me for one day. Bye.